What's going on, guys? William. So I found another duplex to buy. I analyzed the deal. I made the offer, all sight unseen. And I'm going to show you how I did it and how the numbers look on this offer to begin with. Let's dive into it.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
And if we're just meeting, my name is William Dauria. I have a portfolio of single-family, multifamily, and commercial units. I live off of passive income solely, and I want to show you how to do the same. So I found a deal on the MLS. Now, I'm literally talking about like Zillow.com, Realtor.com. I really logged on and I went and I put my parameters in there, and bam, here comes a duplex. And I said, hey, that would be a nice duplex if it was a little bit cheaper. But unlike most people, instead of saying, darn, it's too expensive, I said, at what price would it make sense? See, they're asking $310,000. Oh, and let me just go ahead and show you with some pictures. Okay, guys, so here's the property right here. As you can see right off the bat, it is a decent looking property. However, probably need a roof. Now, I'm just guessing I might be able to clean that. I haven't actually owned a house with a roof that looks like that, so I'm going with, hey, it needs a roof, and I'm gonna budget accordingly. So the asking price on this, like I said, was $310,000. So let's go ahead and scroll through the pictures. Oh, and first you will notice that there's a couple dents on the front of the garage. I might or might not address it. So the inside is, well, pretty much turnkey, but there's something I want to show you guys. So when you're looking at pictures like this, you're looking for cracks in the walls, which you don't see. Cracks in the ceilings, cracks in the floor. Of course, it's carpet, so that would be covered up. Here's the kitchen. You guys can see that it's actually half decent, other than the fact that it needs maybe some stainless steel appliances and some paint. But as a rental property, this would work probably just fine. And this is the other side. Not too bad. Let's move on. All right, so this is one of the bathrooms. It's actually a 3-bedroom on one side, 2-bedroom on the other. And this is the master bedroom. The only thing I would do in here, the only thing, and this would be very important if I was living there, because I have to look at is I'm going to be living there, is put a ceiling fan with light in there, because I just want a ceiling fan. So I would treat others the way I wanted to be treated. All right, moving on. So this is the back. You can see that there is a metal fence. So unlike a wood that has to be replaced every 10 years or so, this metal one is basically a one and done. So I see that and I see, great, there is no more fence repair in my future. So with all that being said, as far as the actual repair budget in this house, there's always gonna be some miscellaneous. Now, when I say miscellaneous, I'm talking about door locks that are mandatory that you must comply with, like the extra locking door, like on one-sided lock, that kind of thing. Smoke or carbon monoxide or both testers, depending on if the house has gas or not. A peephole, and these are the things that are required in Texas. Other states are probably going to require at least this, maybe more. So make sure you know what you're looking for, but always budget to do that stuff. Just assume that the last person didn't do it, because I'm making an offer sight unseen. Now, you probably want to dive into the numbers, and we're going to do that right now. The 3-bedroom was renting for $1,700 per month. According to the research I did on rentometer.com, it literally takes me seconds to do. See the link in the description below, and it is my affiliate link to help you run a couple properties for free. So be sure to check that out, rentometer.com. The other side, according to this, rents for $1,300 a month, therefore combining the two to a total gross rent of approximately $3,000 per month. Now, if you're gonna go off the 1% rule, which is a minimum rule, by the way, not a, hey, I hit my 1%, I'm gonna buy it. This property could be worth $300,000. They're asking $310,000, so you kind of see where their numbers are coming from. However, when I buy a property, I always am going to budget some repairs, in this case, a roof as well, which could run me, I'm just gonna say, $5,000, for instance. But when I buy a property, I want to do a cash out refi, and I want to pull out as much up to all of my money, or even more if I can, out of the property so I can recycle that cash again and again and again, effectively letting the banks buy my properties and not using my own money. So I came in with an all-cash offer of $240,000. Now, you might be saying they will never take that ever, and you might be right, but I am an emotionless person when it comes to buying real estate. And if they tell me to go jump in a lake, for a lack of better word, I am okay with it because, well, I like swimming. And I have another property that I can make an offer on tomorrow possibly, and I will get as many no's as I can until I get a yes. And that yes will make tons of sense. But if they took my offer of $240,000 because I did not go look at the property because I was coming in a little bit low and I thought they might say no, I also put a contingency in there because I have not been there and it's only about 15 or 20 minutes down the road. However, I said, look, if you'll entertain this offer, then I'll look at it. And the contingency went like this. Basically, contingency means I can make the offer, we can accept it, and then I gotta look at the property and then I can adjust that offer or walk away altogether. Even if you pay your earnest money, because your earnest money is refundable. So I made an inspection contingency offer. That means I went in at $240,000 with an inspection contingency, basically saying, hey, if you want to do my 240, let me know. If not, I'm not wasting any more of my time. And if they say, yeah, I'll do the 240, that's great. Then I'll go look at the property and I'll assess from being boots on the ground what the property actually needs, what the neighborhood's like, what this area is good, and then before I accept it, I will even call a property manager in that area to confirm the rent prices per door on what I've already found on my research, because property managers are going to know that area best, and property managers are going to be you're basically one and done shop. They're going to find the tenants, they're going to screen the tenants, they're going to put them in there. They have no reason to lie to you, and if they do, it's not a good property manager. So always make sure you look at their Google reviews as well, because there are some horror stories about some terrible property managers out there. So if I get the offer accepted at $240,000, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to a bank, I'm going to do a cash out refi. They're going to give me 70% of the appraised value. So I'm assuming it comes in, let's just say $310,000 with a new roof, which will put $217,000 back in my pocket. Now, this will effectively be leaving about $28,000 in this deal. However, my new monthly payment at 3.5% APR will be approximately $1,532 per month. Now, we don't want to stop there, because I think a lot of new investors that go, cool, this is my payment, this is my rent, put the big minus sign in the middle, and this is my net. In a perfect world, yes. However, we're going to have vacancies, we're going to have property managers, and we're also going to have an allotment for monthly repairs, even if it's not every month. Usually the big repairs come later, and that'll ultimately even you out like per month. Basically, you can go 8 months without a repair and you're like, yeah, buddy, cash flowing great, and then bam, you need a new tub. So that's the kind of the way it goes. So what we do is this. We allot $200 per month in repairs on properties that seem to be relatively well maintained from the get-go. And you're also going to allot 10% monthly per month for property management fee, and they only get paid if they collect rent. So if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. So they do fight for your rent, and that is one of the big things about having a property manager is they take all the emotions out, they do all the work for you, and you can breathe a lot better. Especially the bigger and more properties you get, the more and more you want a property manager. So I recommend just going with them in the first place. Also, you're going to have vacancy as well. Now, in your area, it's going to be different. So be sure you talk to a property manager and ask them, say, hey, what is the average vacancy in this particular area? And they'll tell you, hey, we don't have like any vacancies, or maybe a week or days, or a month or two would be terrible, but that does happen in some areas. So before you pull the trigger, go to the property manager, literally research the property manager like you're going to hire them that day, talk to them, and then really pick the brain and ask them about vacancy. In this case, vacancy in this area is about 5%. We're just going to factor in a 5% vacancy per year. That's assuming somebody comes in for a year and then they move out, and then I get another tenant for 1 year and then they move out, and then it's just basically a year over year over year, which is not ideal. But that's why I also go with leases and not month-to-month tenants. If I can avoid it, in most cases I can. Bringing us to a total of $2,232, which will bring you to a true net cash flow monthly of $768. This assumes repairs, vacancies, property managers, everything combined. However, this isn't the best part. There's something called internal rate of return, and it's also known as IRR, and this is where the numbers really get good for investors, and this is what a lot of people don't see or understand. See, assuming this property goes up 4% per year in appreciation. And in this area, that is a very, very achievable number. Lately, they've been doing much more, not including 2020. But at a 4% appreciation per month is a net worth gain of $1,000 of appreciation per month. That's right. That's an additional $1,000 of property appreciation every single month. That's beautiful, isn't it? Also, when it comes to tax deductions, you can deduct the cost of the property over an allotted time. Talk to your CPA, and this will amount to a significant savings every year for many, many years to come. Therefore, bringing your internal rate of return on this property at approximately $2,000 per month, and you only are going to leave $28,000 in the deal. Now that cash on cash return is why we are in real estate, and is why I personally believe real estate is the best investment you can make for long-term generational wealth. And guys, I'll let you know if I get the deal ultimately. We'll see. However, I made this offer the other day. I went through this whole thing, and then I thought, why don't I share my experience? Because this is what you could potentially be doing as a real estate investor. And if you like this content, consider smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe and the notification bell. I do make up to 3 videos per week. And most importantly, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.